right now. Hello, everyone. This is team number 7, and our topic is Life Can Be Better as a Discourse. My name is Sidney Alvarez, and with me is Sofia,
Hi.
Dirk,
Hi.
Justin,
Hi.
Scott,
Hello.
George,
Hello.
Megan, and hey there, Rubicella.
Hello.
So, life can be better. It's a discourse that we have seen throughout our whole lives, at least for for the later years that I've been living in here, because I come from Mexico, so I came here to the USA to study, and I see that social media, printed media, uh, TV series, and everything, they show us that everything's gonna be all right. And we heard it in songs like Bob Marley, Three Little Bits. Don't worry about the things, cause every little thing's gonna be all right. So uh, I think sometimes those bites might help us, but but let's see if it works later. So as a media clip, we are we found the a movie that we have seen, which is The Devil's Wears Prada. Uh, the main actress is Anne Hathaway, and we're gonna see how her life improves. So let's take a look at it.
Okay, so I'm screwing it up. I don't want to. I just wish that I knew what I could do to. Nigel. Nigel. Nigel.
No.
I don't know what you expect me to do.
There's nothing in this whole closet that'll fit a size 6, I can guarantee you.
These are all sample sizes, 2 and 4. All right, we'll turn this for you.
A
And
poncho.
you'll take what I give you and you'll like it. We're doing this Dolce for you. And shoes, Jimmy Choo. Nola Blahnik. Nancy Gonzalez, love that.
Okay, Mrs. Rodriguez, this we love. It might fit. It might. Okay, now Chanel, you're in desperate need of Chanel. Darling, shall we? We have to get to the beauty department, and God knows how long that's going to take.
I mean, I have no idea why Miranda hired her.
Me neither. The other day we were in the beauty department and she held up the swimwear eyelash curler and said, "What is this?"
I mean, I just knew from the moment I saw her she was going to be a complete and utter disaster.
Miranda Priestley's office? No, actually, she's not available, but I'll leave word. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Are you wearing the
The Chanel boots? Yeah, I am.
You look good.
What? Oh, shut up, Serena.
So as we watch in the clip, her life improves in the work area, because now she dressed better. Now she looks cooler. She looks more beautiful, and That's what media teaches, honestly. If we look good, we are sharp, uh, we might improve our lives. And we can see the main character is unhappy with her performance. So anyone that has seen the movie, we know that she's the new worker, and she doesn't fit in because she's ugly. But she's not ugly in real life. I mean, she doesn't even belong to the marginated demographics from and she wants to succeed in the job. And how she improves her job performance by wearing better clothes. And the discourse is telling us that the cultural idea of looking better or wearing better clothes, or if you're more skinny or you're in great shape, you're gonna get better at anything you want. And this connects to other discourses, like the material good life, the body perfect, and we seen a lot of gender idea as well, like how women are just watching to her peers and criticize them, which I don't think it's true. But what do you girls think about that discourse?
Can you just repeat it one more time? Sorry.
Oh, what do you think about how this media reflects your your feelings about this?
Oh, like the clip directly?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, it goes along with the discourse. It's like life could be better, and I feel like this one especially emphasizes for women how, like, if you are to conform to typical beauty standards, then automatically you're going to gain respect and confidence that you didn't have otherwise. Um, and if you watch the movie, I think you can tell that Anne Hathaway, like, her character is pretty minimalist. She doesn't normally wear all of these designer clothes and things, but then immediately, like, when she starts wearing them, is when everyone starts noticing her and respecting her. So it kind of just teaches us to tie these material things to these emotions of confidence and happiness and respect. And so I think that's where it kind of it chips away at, like, who we are a little bit, because it enforces that we need these things in order to be any of those or experience any of those emotions.
Yeah, it also could have like a definitely a negative effect on women that are like in the modeling industry when kind of like they're making it seem like it's only for skinny people, where she says there's nothing in this closet that'll fit you a size 6. There's only like 2s and 4s. So it kind of, you gotta wonder how that makes women feel about their self-image and their own self.
And yes, I think the main problem here is that uh, with this kind of discourses that help us improve our lives, we might avoid our real troubles, and even we can lose our individual selves. You know, like we want to fit in so much in some sort of situation that we forget who we actually are. So, well, that was clip. And right now, we're gonna conclude with how the life can be better discourse affects our life. And we're gonna start with Sophia.
So, in relation to how this discourse affects my life, honestly, it's had a pretty negative effect throughout time because I always think that there's something better out there, and I struggle with accepting and being excited about current achievements. So, a specific example of this is I recently accepted a job offer for postgrad, and I've been going back and forth a lot about between being excited and thinking about the other job options and locations that I could have pursued. So I'm stuck in the mentality that there might be like a happier option that I'm missing, and it prevents me from being excited about this job that I chose. I also feel like this stems from feeling like I can never be comfortable settling, and it leads me to being less satisfied overall with the choices and decisions I make.
All right, so the next speaker will be George. George, how this affects your life?
Yeah, I could relate to this discourse a lot, in particular to the movie, because I could identify the guards that reinforce this idea, much the same in my life. So like the guy actually reminds me of my mother when she'll go out and buy me clothes and she's like, you're gonna wear this and like it. And the two secretaries remind me of my sisters because they're always judgy when I show up with a ripped t-shirt or something, and when I show up with dress pants and a belt, they're like, oh wow, you look great. But anyways, as you could tell, I don't like wearing fancy clothes, and I've built some agency to this because I kind of know that it's already a marketing ploy to buy more stuff. And at least in this form, I feel like I've adopted the alternate discourse, which is money doesn't buy happiness. However, to say that this discourse doesn't affect me would be an exaggeration, because I do buy, the premium stuff. I do still buy, I still buy stuff to make me feel better. And, but at least it's not close. So that's it.
All right. Thank you, George. So the next speaker will be Dirk. What do you think how this discourse affects your life?
So the other day I was looking at my screen time, and on my phone I have almost 6 hours a day, just mostly on social media. And there are just so many different like influences from pop culture being sent out in my head that just like convince me that what I have right now just isn't enough. And it's like if I need more of like everything if I want to be happy. It's just like what I'm like getting from everything, especially right now, like seeing everyone on vacation. It's like these cool beaches or super awesome locations. Like I'm just here like home grinding, work, and school. It makes you think like, wow, I could be so much happier if I was just out there, like not having to worry about any of these problems or anything. And like I definitely see it rubbing off badly with my parents and my family if like I'm just not in a great mood because I'm seeing everybody else doing like a bunch of happy stuff. But what I didn't realize that was everything they're doing isn't really perfect. Like even though they look happy on social media, they're having problems in real life, and it's just I need to focus on myself instead of not what they're doing. I don't need to like be happier according to them, just be happier according to me.
Totally, totally. So the next one will be Justin. Justin, how this life can be better discourse affects you?
Kind of like what Dirk was saying. I think social media plays a big part in it because everybody's always, they're putting the best picture of themselves, or they're, posting footage on vacation, or, and then between every few posts, there's advertisements of things that people want you to buy. And I don't know. Recently I've been trying to just appreciate what I have more, and like just, because someone's always going to have it better than you, but it's all kind of relative to our own life. So trying to step away from it a little bit and appreciate what I've got going.
All right. And the next question goes to Scott. Scott, how life can be better discourse affects you, and how, which one is your alternative discourse?
Yeah, so in today's world, I feel like we're always constantly comparing ourselves to what we see in other people. And like they were saying earlier, when I see someone post when they're out with friends at like a lunch or dinner or even on vacation, I just think about how like they seem to be happier and their life seems to be better than mine. And it's really not a healthy thing, but it's something that I can't help, and it affects the relationship slash perception I have with myself, which can definitely lower my self-confidence, which like causes me to be less happy. And when I see people that like Dirk was saying are more affluent, or like I have a friend whose father is a multimillionaire, and like they go on yacht cruises, and it makes me feel kind of bad about myself because I think I know I'll never have that type of money, so I can never like achieve that type of happiness, or my life will never be that better. But it's something that we all as like a society need to work on, because I think we're always comparing people to ourselves. And overall, I think my life will be happier slash better when I can just learn to accept myself and my life. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. So, Megan, how do you think this discourse affects you?
Yeah, so this discourse is pretty internalized for me. I was an athlete my whole life growing up, so um, just constantly being better and pushing yourself more has been instilled in me a little bit. And I have to agree with Sophia. It doesn't allow me to kind of celebrate my wins as much as I should. It's more so I just like look at something as a stepping stone to what's next. And it's like constantly chasing that destination when in reality there really is no destination. You know what I mean? Um, so I think, yeah, it's definitely had a negative impact in regards to just being really hard on myself and not just giving myself credit where credit's due. So yeah, and then like the social media thing too, just on top of being hard on yourself, then you're constantly seeing other people's accomplishments and things like that. And it's like, oh, well, they're so happy with this. Why can't I feel that happiness? You know what I mean? So yeah, that's just kind of how it's impacted me.
Well, yeah, that's a nice point of view. Uh, Now we have Rubicela. Rubicela, how do you think life can be better discourse affects you?
Like everybody's kind of mentioned before, I do think that social media has definitely impacted how I view myself and how I view sort of rich people that have like designer items or that have like really nice cars, just people that visibly show their wealth. I always think that they're just happier because they're better off, which I realize is a really bad point of view because everybody has their own issues, but that's definitely something that I've struggled with. And that kind of makes me feel like, you know, when I go out, people are going to be criticizing me for, you know, if I have a designer item or not. So that's definitely something that I need to work with. And then also in the movie, I feel like for some context, like the girls, they kind of bashed on her, and I feel like that made them feel better about themselves. And so I think that's also something that a lot of people do, is that we kind of compare ourselves to somebody else and we say, you know, like at least we're not like that person, or at least we're not in that situation, and that makes us feel like happier about ourselves. Um, so I feel like that also works with the whole like you can be happier, because there's always somebody else in a worse position than you. And then similar to Sophia that said about her position, I am graduating this year and I feel like I hit a huge milestone and I should be happy about that. But now I have a new milestone, and I'm like I didn't have a chance to really enjoy my graduation because now I have to get my certification. So I feel like it's always just a constant, you know, achieving and achieving, and you're never really happy because you always have something more to look forward to. So I feel like that's always been a big thing. So I feel like it definitely has negatively impacted, but also positively, because it kind of forces me to look forward to something else. So there's that.
Yeah, totally. And yeah, everyone's point of view about this discourse is pretty similar. And I'm not the exception. I'm a human in this society as well. And I've seen that everyone tells you to pursue your dreams, to go forward. And also, we have the other point of view that tells us, don't worry, everything's gonna be all right. Mm, Life is easy, you just make it hard, or some stuff like that. But I think the main goal on your life is ourselves, you know, because we are like dogs chasing the car. But what happens to the dog when he actually reaches the car? What does he does now? So we're not dogs. We're more than that, and we gotta keep pushing ourselves further. We gotta look for more uh, uplifting uplifting goals. Because if we encapsulate ourselves in money or material goods or good shape, which is great, it's good to have a money for living or a good shape for our health, but but the most important thing is to love ourselves, and that's the only way life can be better, honestly. So this was it for our presentation, Life Can Be Better by Group 7.